In this session, we'll be covering what's new in Automic Automation v24. I would like to introduce you to our speaker. Kai Werder is the Product Manager for Automic here at Broadcom, and so is the perfect person to take us through what is new in v24. Kai, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tony, for your kind introduction. Let's get started. A quick look at the agenda for today's webcast, where I will cover the following topics: Universal Language Support, or Unicode UTF-8, accessibility improvements, REST API enhancements, Java-based OS agents for Linux and Windows, miscellaneous product enhancements and product changes. We'll have a look at cloud integrations, and last but not least, our new product support life cycle. Universal language support. Why universal language support? So this is designed for customers with global presence, whether this means a multinational that has to be able to process, manipulate, and persist workloads in various character sets, or say a Scandinavian company that has nearshore operations to Poland or the Czech Republic, and the operations teams need to represent things like usernames, file and folder paths with the specific characters as is and without workarounds. Now, the technical implementation to this universal language support is Unicode, with UTF-8 as the specific encoding standard. Unicode UTF-8 will enable seamless operations across diverse character sets and optimize the language experience for international users. UTF-8 impacts all aspects of Automic Automation. Also, this is not optional and cannot be turned off. Upgrading to version 24 means planning for a database migration. The good thing is that this can be done well before the actual version 24 upgrade takes place. And we also provide a database migration tool that is shipped as an action pack. And this action pack enables you to migrate from an existing non-UTF-8 enabled database to a new UTF-8 configured database. Accessibility improvements. Why improve accessibility? Accessibility is all about enabling our software so that users of all abilities have a good user experience. The focus for version 24 has been on improved visuals for better readability and also on keyboard navigation capabilities. Both will provide the visually impaired with a much improved experience and is also the stepping stone towards achieving WCAG 2.1 AA compliance. Version 24's focus has been on color contrast and keyboard navigation for the most frequently used Automic web interface areas: monitoring, administration, and the object editor. And we will continue to invest in maturing our UI towards achieving WCAG 2.1 AA compliance for a future release. And now, a short video that demonstrates one of the accessibility enhancements of Automic Automation version 24, keyboard navigation.
Keyboard navigation functions are about as standard as intuitive as can be. We use Tab and Shift-Tab to move forward and back across the UI components, arrows up and down to navigate a tree structure and move down the Explorer menu or browser lists, arrows left and right to expand or collapse folders or object categories, Enter to select an object or function, Control-A to select all, Control-S to save, Escape to leave a particular environment, and Shift-10 to display the context menu of an object. This type of training isn't particularly conducive to keyboard navigation knowledge, so we thought we'd deliver a quick demo using object creation and execution. We're currently in the home perspective and we need to create a job. We tab and Shift tab to identify our current menu focus until we get to the process assembly perspective. We reach the perspective, we type Enter to display it. We hit Tab until we get to the Explorer menu. We hit the down arrow to move to the Jobs folder. We hit Enter. We hit Tab to get to the Add Object function and hit Enter. We arrow down to Jobs, arrow right to expand the main object, and arrow down to the Unix object. When we get there, we hit Tab to reach the Add button, type in the name of the object, and tap Enter to confirm. Things should be fairly intuitive at this point. Simply use Tab, enter text, tap Enter to confirm, and it should be easy. We hit Ctrl S to save. The UI focus is currently on the client connection in the top right-hand corner. We hit Shift Tab to the process assembly perspective, select the job, and execute. We hit Shift F10 to bring up the context menu. Then we select Execution Options and then execute the jobs objects. Depending on the options, you may receive a confirmation screen. If so, hit Tab to move to the Execute button and then Enter.
REST API enhancements. As with previous releases, we continue to extend the functionality of the Automic REST API. To ensure development and operations teams can harness the full potential of Automic, we have added create, read, update, delete operations on Automic objects. Some of the new operations you will be able to perform via the REST API now include creating an object from a template, duplication of objects, delete objects, create or remove object links, move objects to a different folder, and update object definitions. As always, the Automic REST API reference comes in the form of Swagger documentation. Java-based OS agents. Starting with Automic version 24, we will unify the OS agents under a common Java-based framework. This enables a consistent user experience with standardized functionality across our most utilized agents. Automic version 24 includes updated Linux and Windows agents that provide support for TLS, Unicode UTF-8, and secure SMTP. Although the version 24 Linux and Windows agents are now implemented in Java, they are backwards compatible. Using our centralized agent upgrade functionality, upgrading an existing agent to version 24 is a few mouse clicks away. We will also be providing a CAU package that includes a minimized Java runtime so that there are no external dependencies. Automic version 24 comes with updated Linux and Windows agents, OS agents for other platforms such as mainframe, other Unix platforms, etc. will become available as updates to version 24. Miscellaneous product changes. Some other enhancements included with Automic version 24. We have enhanced our CyberArk Enterprise Password Vault support by having the options to leverage the CyberArk REST-based Central Credential Provider, or CCP. We have delivered multiple enhancements to the Automic web interface, and these enhancements were submitted by customers through the Broadcom Community Ideation System. The UX enhancements include improved folder deletion, adding agent names in a job piece list view, an easy way to copy the object name to the clipboard, remembering the object's last used view so that when modifying an object of the same type, You no longer have to navigate to the correct configuration sheet, and much more. In fact, let's watch a short video of these AWI enhancements in action.
Let's look at the theming capabilities. We have two color uses. One, the connection color has been featured in Automic Automation going back a number of releases. With version 24, you can also change the general theme of the web UI, bars, windows, and so forth. The theme color sets the color under or around the area or interactive UI element that is currently active. The selection color sets the background color of the selected UI elements. The selection text color is the color of the text of that element. AWI's default color is selected when you first install AWI. If you keep it as is, selection color and selection text color display auto-generated. This means that AWI automatically calculates and applies a variation of the default theme color to the selection and text selection colors. The preview section simply shows how it would look like if you went with that particular color combination. You can also set a custom logo, say for your company. To access these settings, head to Client 0, Admin Perspective, expand AWI Management, and use the theming page. Note that colors can also be set in the colors.properties file under the install directory, Automation Platform, Web Interface, Config Theme. The Help menu has a couple more options, namely the link to the page listing keyboard shortcuts and the Learning Portal, where you can access all of Automic's learning offers. We've had the ability to create custom filters for a while, but the method required a somewhat cumbersome save as procedure. From this point forward, we'll be able to right-click and rely on context menus instead. If you're duplicating a standard filter, the context menu will show as simple duplicates. If you're duplicating a custom filter, then the menu shows duplicate, rename, and delete. Version 24 now includes several options for the removal of folders. In prior versions of Automic, when a folder containing objects was deleted, those objects were automatically moved to the no folder folder. In version 24, you're given a choice. If you would prefer to eliminate those objects and place them in the recycle bin folder, now you can. The recycle bin provides the ability to check for usage and cross-referencing of those objects and perform a restore as needed. Version 24 now allows you to copy the name of an object in the copy-paste clipboard. You can right-click any object, click Copy Name, and then paste the string elsewhere, say in Notepad or in a URL. We've added the agent column in the list view of the workflow monitor. Select the workflow monitor on any workflow, switch to the list view, and you'll see the agent column, which you can move closer to the task name as needed. Automic Automation provides a filtering mechanism for the workflow editor and monitor. This is useful for large workflows in which certain tasks need to be singled out. In our example, we have a number of tasks in this workflow. Some have the string Windows in the name. We set a filter on the task name. All other tasks are faded out. We've provided a list of search criteria for both the editor and the monitor. Some of the objects have sublists of other objects. A good example is the list of variable objects associated with a jobs object. Prior to version 24, these lists had checkboxes which needed to be checked for your changes to be applied to a selection. This led to a number of unexpected behaviors and could be counterintuitive at times. These checkboxes have been removed. Now you simply select more than one object with the Control key. We've brought major improvements to the return code handling feature, which can be found in the general page of objects like jobs. Prior to version 24, users had to read and understand directions associated with the feature. These directions have been removed in favor of labels that are more readable and intuitive.
Some important product changes to be aware of. Automic version 24 requires Java 11 or later. The event engine functionality has been deprecated and is no longer supported with version 24. Although not a one-on-one replacement, for integrating with event streaming platforms and services such as Apache Kafka, AWS EventBridge, Azure Event Grid, etc., visit the Automation Marketplace for pre-built integrations. Version 24 no longer supports WebLogic and WebSphere to host the Automic web interface. Use either the built-in Jetty launcher that was introduced in version 21 or Tomcat. The Infrastructure Manager functionality has been deprecated and is no longer supported with version 24. Infrastructure Manager was an API wrapper for HashiCorp Terraform. We recommend using your infrastructure management solution of choice and integrate to it using Automic's native REST or command line capabilities. Cloud integrations. Broadcom has made significant investments in the continuous delivery of cloud integrations. Fundamental to Automic's hybrid cloud orchestration capabilities, these integrations cover common cloud use cases around data, storage, and analytic services, event streaming services, cloud ERP from SAP and Oracle, as well as container orchestration, cloud-native automation platforms, and more. Remember, all Automic customers are entitled to these integrations. We have relaunched the Automic Marketplace where Broadcom customers can browse, download, and install these cloud integrations for Automic, but also for other workload automation products in the Broadcom Automation portfolio. If you have not done already, we recommend you visit the Broadcom Automation Marketplace and see what integrations are available to support you in your cloud journey. A new product support lifecycle. With the launch of Automic version 24, we are introducing a new product support lifecycle. Now, there are multiple reasons for this new product support lifecycle. Customers have asked us for a release cadence that is better aligned with their business and budgeting cycles. Being able to have a choice, upgrade early and be on the most current version, adopting new functionality as it becomes available, or remain on an existing version for longer and upgrade once the feature set has stabilized. Customers have also asked us for more transparency as to the release content. What is inside a service spec? Are these bug fixes only or also enhancements? The new product support lifecycle moves away from the previous 3 + 1 year lifecycle to a full 5-year product support lifecycle. So this means a full 5 years of maintenance and support, bug fixes and security updates. We will be reintroducing minor versions and a new and consistent versioning scheme. The major version can include a major architectural change or significant new functionality. Automic Automation version 24 is a perfect example. A minor version can contain new functionality but will not have any major backend changes. And a service spec typically includes bug fixes and security updates only, but does not contain functional enhancements. This example timeline shows what a future release cadence could look like. After version 24.0.0, we would release subsequent minor versions. Service specs are only issued for the latest minor version. We will deliver new features as part of these minor versions, but will stop doing so approximately 2 calendar quarters or 6 months before the next major version release. In this example, you see that around the GA date of version 25.0.0, only the last digit of the 24.4.0 changes. This indicates version 24 is now feature stable and only bug fixes and security patches will be delivered until the end of the 5-year product support lifecycle. New enhancements will move to the next major release. So here, our customers have a choice. Do I consume version 24 early and leverage the benefits of new features and capabilities as they become available? Or do I wait until version 24 is feature stable and only bug fixes and security patches are issued? With this new product support lifecycle, we provide our customers with a choice and also transparency to enable better planning for when to upgrade to the new major version. I'd like to add that this slide is an example and not a committed roadmap of future release versions or timing. And with that, we have come to the end of my contribution to this webcast. Thank you for watching, and back to you, Tony.
Thank you, Kai, for presenting what's new in Automic v24. I hope you, the audience, have found this event useful and are looking forward to planning to upgrade to this great new release. Thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your day.